So he moved from Thailand in the early 1970s and who brought Muay Thai from Thailand to England.
Hello, I'm Billy Voravong, and here today on this very special program from Thai BBS World. I have a very special guest here tonight with a very unique past, one that involves Muay Thai, and a father with an incredible journey. Joined here with me today is Jade Sirisompan. Well, thank you so much, Jade, for joining us here on Thai BBS World. So, tell us, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. How are you doing, Billy?
I'm doing very well. Thanks a lot for joining us once more. So, let's just go right on ahead and get right into it. So, I understand yourself and your father, both of you are involved in something very unique that's called Muay Thai, or should I say the art of 8 limbs, correct?
That's true.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about that?
So currently my dad, he is the owner of Luktafa Muay Thai School in Thailand. He is the president of World Muay Thai Organization, the president of World Muay Baran Federation, and the chairman of Crew Muay Thai Association. We sanction fights all around the world, and I help my parents with that business and also promoting Muay Thai for everyone, for all walks of life.
Okay, that's pretty neat. So about your father, Chinawut Sirisompan, growing up in Thailand at first, what would you say his life was actually like during that particular time period?
My father's.
Yes.
So he's from Bangkok originally, but Bangkok was not the Bangkok that you know it right now. It was buffalo fields and rice farms, I suppose. So there was no high-rise buildings at that time. So he lived a very humble life. He has 5 siblings, and just any regular young Thai boy during that time, without technology, like getting up to trouble, learning martial arts because of his uncle actually, and I think he had quite the nice, humble life.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about your father's Muay Thai past. Like, how did he start training? At what age?
Yeah. So my dad's uncle had a car garage where they fixed cars up, and the staff at that car garage trained Muay Thai. So there's part of a Muay Thai gym connected to it. And so because these staff were training Muay Thai all the time, my dad took a liking to it and he started to train with them. And that was really his first taste of training Muay Thai. How old was he? I'm not sure. I think he was a teenager. He also practiced Taekwondo. I think that was in school and outside of school as well. So by the end of it, he was a black belt in Taekwondo, and he also practiced Muay Thai.
Oh, okay. So he has quite a very unique martial arts past. That's very good to hear. So around what time period would you say he actually ended up moving out of Thailand? Like, why was this, and how did he end up making that transition?
So he moved from Thailand in the early 1970s. Thailand was going through a student revolution, and they were having a lot of riots with the government during that time, a lot of protests, and a lot of students were actually being killed by the army. And my father, he was college age. He was the age where all these kids were being targeted. And basically, he fled the country. He didn't really have a choice. I mean, he was surrounded by a lot of trauma. And luckily, his uncle had some money and were able to support him to fly to England. And there he went, because, I mean, that was the safest option during that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it must have been really quite a unique experience, experiencing life in Thailand and then moving out of Thailand to go to the United Kingdom. That's really quite something. I mean, what was his first opinion, though, when he finally arrived in the United Kingdom? Like, where did he actually land?
London. He went to London. Very, very cold. He went there with basically nothing. He just had the flight ticket and maybe a little bit of money, but not near enough. So he would stay in hostels, or he would stay in these, housing for homeless people during that time. And he really roughed it for a long time. He did go over to England with one other friend. He's called Master Toddy. And so what happened is they started to find odd jobs here and there. And when they got into training Muay Thai, they used to train in Hyde Park. in London, and they would just train with each other, and people would see them training Muay Thai, and they began training other people, and I think that's how they were able to make some money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else did your father end up doing for work while he was living there?
Oh, he did all sorts of jobs. So when they moved up to Manchester, or Oldham, he was a bouncer at a nightclub. So security at a nightclub on the door.
Oh, okay. And then also at some point, I believe your father also, like, did he end up owning like any other businesses as well?
Oh yeah, that was much later on though. So
much later on.
yeah, going through his whole struggle of teaching Muay Thai in the park to moving to a different part of the UK, and he was a bouncer on the door of nightclubs, and he also worked at another car garage, like motor mechanics. He ended up studying motor mechanics in college, and then later on he opened a Muay Thai gym, a Thai restaurant, a karaoke bar, and a second Thai restaurant.
Oh.
Actually, a third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good. Now, let's talk a little bit about how your father was actually able to bring Muay Thai to the United Kingdom. Now, I understand the United Kingdom itself does have a very strong Muay Thai influence actually there. And in many ways, it was your father that was kind of responsible for bringing that to the United Kingdom. And I understand he wasn't alone when he first did this, right?
Yeah. As I mentioned, he went over with Master Toddy, and then there's another guy called Master Scan. So those are the three, I would say, main Thai guys who went to England in the 1970s and who brought Muay Thai from Thailand to England. And at first, when they did it, nobody knew what it was. You know, the Bruce Lee movies were coming out during that time as well, so everyone was like, oh, these Asian guys doing these martial arts, maybe they thought it was Kung Fu, or I don't know what they thought. So by introducing Muay Thai, my dad actually did it through Taekwondo first. So he actually taught Thai, Thai, Taekwondo, which was a mixture of Muay Thai and Taekwondo.
Okay, that's very good. And then next, let's also talk about how at some point your own father ended up meeting up with your own mom, right?
Yeah, that's true. So
Sure.
they met in college. My dad was teaching Muay Thai classes at that college, and my mum was taking a class, and he had everyone line up, and he went one by one, like how to do the knee, right? So he would put his hands in front of them and get them to knee his hands. And so everyone would knee. He got to my mum, and she kneed really hard, and like his hands went flying up, and he burst his nose. And that's how they met, and been together ever since.
Oh, okay. And then next, when were you born, Jade?
When was I born?
Yeah.
1992.
1992. So, I mean, your mother is from England and your father is Thai. So here in Thailand, that would be considered somebody that is of Luk Kun, right?
Luk Krung, yes.
Oh,
half
okay.
child.
Okay. And then, I mean, you were born in the United Kingdom. So can you tell us about your past experiences of what it was like to be somebody of mixed inheritance while living in the UK, like schools?
Yeah.
Tensions?
Well, my primary school or elementary school, there was not many like other colored kids. I think in my class I had one girl, she was from Mauritius, and then there was me who was half Thai. Apart from that, everyone was Caucasian. But I mean, I never really experienced much racism. Everyone was quite friendly, and it was nice. My elementary school. Going to high school, you saw a lot more other cultures joining the high school. And what else was it like growing up there? Well, I had a very like British life at home. However, my parents owning the Thai restaurant, having the Muay Thai, I also had this really Thai part of my life as well, which was quite interesting. And the Thai restaurant being in Chinatown, Manchester, I also had a lot of influence of Chinese culture as well. So I was a bit confused whether I was like Chinese or Thai. I didn't really know like what the difference was during that time.
Yeah, okay. That's very fascinating. So also for your dad, at some point he suddenly kind of realized that, you know, there's a time period that he should actually once again move. So at some point, like when and why did your family actually end up making the move from being in the United Kingdom and then going back to Thailand?
It was 2006. My dad, he was ill quite often. He had to have surgery on his throat. So he came to Thailand for that surgery. And, you know, the hospitals here are actually, they're very good. The care is very good. And also being around his family, he basically just wanted to come back home. He was like, you know, Thailand's really comfortable. It's it's his home. So he came back to England after his surgery and said to my mum, I'm moving back. You can come with me if you want, but whatever she chooses, he's going. So we all up and left, and my mum had to sell the businesses.
Oh, okay. So what are some of your actually most famous, or I should say your most favorite memories of the time when you actually were living in the UK?
Childhood in the UK was really nice because, I mean, I wasn't in a busy city like Bangkok. I was on the outskirts of Manchester. So, you know, I was able to play out on the streets with my friends and, you know, just have fun in that way. I think that was a really nice part of growing up in England. It's not overly hot. You can run around for the whole day and just have fun. So I think that's a really nice memory. Also, my parents having the restaurants. Like, I feel grateful and that they had those, and I was quite proud growing up that they had these businesses.
Oh, okay. And then once your family made that big move to come to Thailand, what were your thoughts and feelings around that time?
It's surreal because, I mean, I think at that age I was 14, you know, going to Thailand was always like going on vacation. So in my mind, I hadn't really sunk in that I was actually moving there and leaving England for good. So at the time when they said we were moving, I was quite happy about it. But once we moved, I was like, oh, okay, this is real.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, Jade. And that's all the time we have here on this episode. So Jade's father truly has been through quite a lot in his own journey, living in one world and then suddenly moving to another, meeting the love of his life, starting a family, and then after all these years, ended up moving all the way back from the UK into Thailand. Home finally called him back. And next time, when we continue on with Jade and her family's incredible journey, we're going to talk about it, this time in Thailand. Please follow us on Thai BBS World. See you again on the next episode. Thanks for joining, and bye for now.